Hello, everybody. Now, before we begin, number one, the June update is not out yet. Number two, I have no new information on when it is coming out. The purpose of this video is rather to talk about what I think Hapu is going to do and what I would like to see them do. And more importantly, for us to have a discussion in the comments on what you all would like to see as well. So with that being said, the basis for this is the roadmap that Hapu put out. I'll put up a picture right now of what it is, but in the June update, we can expect a new survivor, a new stage, a new boss, new items, equipment, and more. Woo, whatever that means. So yes, obviously I'm looking forward to all of that, but I think the impact of the June update is going to be determined by how much balance happens. As of now, the discrepancy between the character you choose and the items you receive is heavily in favor of the items you receive, as in the character you choose doesn't really affect the way your run plays out, especially later on, and I would love to see this addressed in some way or another. On top of that, some of the items are just too powerful or just too weak. Off the top of my head, on-hit items and their ability to proc other on-hit items, so the ukulele can proc your ATG, those kinds of combos are dominating the meta, as in that's literally the meta. In any given run that goes past like 60 minutes, most if not all of your damage is coming from your on-hit items exclusively. Now, of course, having more attack speed means you proc on-hits faster, having more crit chance means your on-hits do more damage, but at the end of the day, the run is centered around the on-hit items. Now, if you haven't seen my video on the bug with on-hit items, I'll link it in the top right and in the description below. They are addressing this and they will fix it. Essentially right now, on-hit items like sticky bombs are scaling off of your attack's critical strike damage rather than the base damage of the attack. So it's double dipping with critical strikes. This is not an intended mechanic and has been confirmed by Hapu. Again, check out the video for all the details. So I don't know if that's the only balance that's going to take place for on-hits, but again, I hope that the discrepancy between on-hit items and the character you choose is addressed. Also, it kind of sounds like in the summer update, the first thing you see is skills 2.0. They're probably going to address it in that as well. So if they don't completely fix it for the June update, don't worry, because the summer update looks to be promising for that as well. Continuing on with balance, another thing I'd like to see addressed is the strength of lunar coins, specifically the Lunar Bazaar, the blue portal. It is ridiculously OP. There's no other way to say it. It is just too powerful. The fact that you can choose 4 lunar items as well as print a red and print a green item endlessly for as many items as you have is disgusting. I mean, it's really fun, don't get me wrong, but it is so powerful. Recently on stream, I've been doing solo 4-player monsoon runs, which is actually the footage in the background. That's me and my mercenary. So I've been playing on monsoon difficulty, 4 players, but solo. And the most OP run I've had so far was, surprise, surprise, when I took like 3 or 4 blue portals and printed some red items and got some shaped glass. I'm okay with the lunar items being strong. I'm not okay with how easy it is to obtain them. So I hope that's looked at. Now, I'm not going to get too much into detail with specific changes on items I'd like to see, but for example, things like the red whip versus the cautious slug. The slug's passive regen effect applies when you are not in danger. The red whip's effect applies when you are not in combat. The difference is that you can hit stuff, you can attack, you can do everything while you have the slug regening you. The only thing that will stop its regen is if you are hit by damage. So whether you take fall damage or whether an enemy hits you, it doesn't matter. That is the only thing that'll stop it. On the other hand, the red whip will cancel its effect as soon as you do anything related to combat. So for example, you're playing the mercenary, and if you play mercenary, you know that using his shift, his right click, and his R will boost you forward. It gives you momentum in your traveling time. It'll speed it up. However, if you have a red whip, it will cancel the effect of the red whip because you're using a skill that does damage. It doesn't matter that you're not hitting anything with the skill. It still counts as being in combat because the skill itself has damage on it. I find this is really silly because things like the Huntress's Blink, which has nothing to do with damage, will not cancel the red whip effect. And then the mercenary, whose shift is pretty much identical, just shorter range and not really instant. Even if you don't hit anything with the shift, it will still cancel the red whip. So I think discrepancies like that need to be addressed with the items. Again, I'm not going to get into too much detail with specific stuff, and I will have a complete overhaul, and I mean complete overhaul to the item and equipment tier list once the June update is out. All right, I wanted to keep this video pretty short because I mainly want to get the discussion going in the comments. I want to hear what you guys want. I want to hear what you guys think on the ideas that I put across. And most importantly, I want to hear how excited you guys are for the June update because I cannot wait. So if you're interested in following my content, you can consider subscribing to my YouTube channel or following me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Woolie Gaming. That is all one word, Woolie Gaming. Also, we have a Discord server, so if you'd like some more in-depth conversation or if you also play Path of Exile, go ahead and join our Discord server. The link to that is in the description below. Thank you for watching, and be on the lookout for a more detailed breakdown of the June update once it goes live.